And I wanted to ask you a two-part question, if I can.
Please.
Um, Selfishly, just because I'm interested and nosy, what were the industries that you previously worked in before becoming a world famous author? What were some of the things that you did, even if included being a paper boy? Like, I just wanted to hear a little bit about you. And then the second question is, can you tell me about your relationship with Ivan Meisner? Because I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, well, I am too. So, yeah, I mean, I began in broadcasting, first in radio, sports, and then television news. I was the late night news guy for a very small ABC affiliate in the Midwest. I really wasn't very good at it though, so I soon found myself in sales and really I would say the two biggest not claims to fame because there wouldn't be anybody who'd know this about, but the two biggest things I did in sales in which I found my legs and was successful with were radio and television advertising and solar energy hot water heaters sold to individual homeowners.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you at one point you were a columnist, because that was mentioned in your first question. So I would have never pinned those two industries on you. So that's so cool. That's really cool.
Oh, it sales like anything else. You know,
I
it's
sold advertising for 20 years, so we have a
wow.
lot in common. All right, so
And
again, about
about
Ivan
Dr. Ivan.
Meisner,
Yeah.
how did you meet Dr. Ivan?
Um, You know, I don't even remember how we first met. I think sometimes when you're, friends with someone for a long time, you kind of forget that. I mean, I remember reading his first, but in fact, I joke with him that, and we talked about this on an interview that we did together, that I actually have his first book, and it wasn't even in book form. It was a like a binder with a thing, and I have that in my whole Meisner collection because I think I have all his books. And and we must have just connected somehow on the phone or something. I did speak at a one of his national conventions or international or something, but even before that we had gotten to be friends. I've interviewed him. I've been a big supporter of BNI. He's been a big supporter of endless referrals and the Go Giver. So we've just always been friends, but I have a great deal of respect for him and his entire journey and what he's done. And his phrase that he coined, giver's gain. And I always hear, I always see whenever I see somebody posting, just saying giver's gain on whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn, I always, politely, of course, I never want to embarrass anyone. I never would, but I always make sure to say, to mention that is an actual copyrighted phrase of Dr. Ivan Meisner, who really redefined the concept of networking, when you think about it through those two words. And so whenever you see giver's gain, there should always be a little R in it. That's his, it's not a generic term. And so yeah, I have a great deal of respect for him. He's really one of my favorite human beings.
Thanks. That's so cool to hear. I do too. And he's really had a lot of life challenges.
Oh,
Fighting cancer, losing his wife, and
yeah.
just, he's amazing.